Welcome back to my keto kitchen, and it's still the pumpkin time of year. I love the fall. I love the pumpkin time of year. It's the only time that I usually use pumpkin and make things, so yes, there are going to be a lot of pumpkin recipes. So today I'm making dairy-free pumpkin spice ice cream. Oh, it's going to be so good. So I'm going to start off with 95 grams of canned pumpkin. You can do your own pumpkin. I used to once a year make one pumpkin pie a year for my dad because he loved pumpkin pie. And I would cook the pumpkin myself. And what you had to do is make it like a day or two ahead of time because it gets all this liquid. You have to drain the liquid off just to get the pumpkin. Now this is 6 egg yolks, and as I've mentioned several times, I have a lot of egg yolks due to all of the PSMF cinnamon bread, focaccia that I make, and I just think making the ice cream with egg yolks makes it so much richer. And also you're going to add about 50 grams of xylitol. For ice cream, use xylitol or allulose. Those are the best. And the recipe is going to say half a teaspoon of vanilla and some stevia glycerite drops. I'm using French vanilla stevia that I get on Wellevate, so I'm just going to use a few drops of that. Also, a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I make my own. I love it better than the store-bought, so I will link to the recipe below as well. And then 1 can of coconut cream. I use Thai Kitchen coconut cream. What I have found that works best for me, any coconut cream will do. So then you just blend all this together. I like to blend it for a long time because that ensures that the xylitol is all incorporated, and part of making ice cream is to put air into it. Blending it longer puts more air into it. I have a Cuisinart ice cream maker. Any ice cream maker will do. So I have the bowl in the freezer. Mine says start it first and then pour in the ice cream mixture. You might want to taste the sweetness to see if it's sweet enough for you. I make ice cream a lot. I love having it in the freezer. It's just so easy to have it there and keep it there. And if you've seen my ice cream recipes before, whatever's left over in the blender, I add to a cup of coffee, and that's my treat for making ice cream. But I've also made about a week ago pumpkin spice dairy-free creamer, which is similar to the ice cream mix, but this is absolutely amazing in coffee, and I bet it would be great in tea too. So it's pumpkin spice creamer, dairy-free. I have a link to that as well. I think I had a video about a week ago on that. So now we just wait for the ice cream to churn. Now the ice cream is going to churn, and the way my ice cream maker makes it, once it starts freezing, it gets all these little lumps. So I do it until I see no more lumps and it's all smooth, and then it's ready to put in the freezer. So it's finished churning. As you can see, most of the lumps are gone. It's more smooth. So I'll turn off the ice cream maker. I have these really neat ice cream containers. 2 different brands that I've bought. This is Sumo and Tivo. I'm not sure of the name. Both of them are good. I will put links to them. I get them on Amazon. They work really well. They're, a double container so it doesn't freeze as hard. And oh, look at this. Yummy. The only thing I hate sometimes is getting the ice cream off of the blade. Getting it all off is difficult sometimes. This is the hardest part about making ice cream, is getting all the ice cream off of the blade. And if I'm being honest with you, if you were not here in my kitchen with me, I'd be licking the blade. Just scoop the ice cream into the ice cream container. Now, if you like soft serve ice cream, this is probably ready to eat now. But I like it after it's been in the freezer at least 2 hours. And sometimes it's hard, it sticks to the side. So I have this little spatula that came with my, I think it came with my Vitamix. So I just scrape down the sides. Rather than using the metal spoon, which I have used sometimes to dig it out, I think it's better to use this plastic. And we're going to cover this, put it in the freezer for 2 hours, and I'll be back and taste it. But before that, oh, that is so good. But I'm going to come back. We'll taste it in a couple of hours, and I'll show you a couple of ways you can eat this and serve it. So, see you then. It's time to taste the pumpkin spice ice cream. It's been in the freezer for 2 to 3 hours, and I can't wait any longer. I was sleeping and I thought how it would be perfect to make pumpkin ice cream, freeze it in a 8-inch cake pan like I do for my cakes, ice cream cakes, and then decorate it to be like a pumpkin and have that for a kid's party for Halloween. So here we are, the pumpkin ice cream, and I'm just about ready to taste it. And oh, I can't wait. I love pumpkin spice. This is so good. It's so good by itself, but I made some ganache a couple days ago, and I thought, well, why not put some ganache on it? I was going to heat up the ganache because it was in the refrigerator and it's been sitting out while the ice cream was in the freezer. And I was going to heat it, and I'm like, you know, this is more like hot fudge. So here's my hot fudge on my pumpkin ice cream. I can't wait to try it. Pumpkin and chocolate together. Oh, that's good. It's all dairy-free ganache, dairy-free pumpkin ice cream. Delicious. And I told Carl I was going to be making pumpkin ice cream today, and he's like, oh, pumpkin ice cream and pistachio ice cream together. And I'm like, well, I don't know that I want to make those together. And he goes, yeah, that sounds great. So a few days ago, I made him pistachio ice cream because that's his favorite. So I'm sure tonight he's going to be eating 1 scoop of pumpkin and 1 scoop of pistachio, and maybe even put some ganache on it. All dairy-free.